Culture.
I'm here with the family.
Price, XXV, Double I,
Rome.
D-Melo,
Gruff Lion.
T-Buggy, man.
To the greatest sports show on the planet, La Familia. Hope y'all ready for a ride.
Can't wait to hear what you guys got to say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what it is. Your favorite sports show. This is Gas Presents Sports for the Culture. I'm tonight's host, your boy, Young Rome 22 on all socials as always, man. Do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button while you're out there. And if you're on X, Instagram, hit that follow button on Good Ass Sports as well. Got a packed show for you tonight. NFL season about halfway through, entering that halfway point, and the NBA season just kicked off as well. Great time to be a sports fan. MLB World Series upon us, NHL in full swing as well. But before we get any further, I'm gonna let the fellas introduce themselves. I'm gonna start with my guy on the bottom in the Browns hat. I thought you had a different NFL team last week. It's getting hard to keep up, but let them know where you at this week.
Hey, the Browns are back, baby. The Browns are back. And to all my Giants fans, I hope y'all suffering misery. Until Dabo's out of there, I'm gonna laugh at you guys for the rest of the season. And don't be surprised if he taints Jackson Dart.
I mean, it's kind of wild because I'm pretty sure the Browns and the Giants have the same record. So I'm not really sure what you're getting at here. But I think the Giants are looking a little bit more in the up. We can touch on that later. But you can keep rocking the Browns hat if that's how you feel.
Hey, I'm with the winners. Who won this week?
I mean, over 2 months, they both only got two wins.
Simple question.
So you're not saying much.
Who won this week?
You're not saying much. Top left, introduce yourself.
What up, man? Scrub Skywalker, man. One thing, bro. You know, much like the name, bro. The Skywalker name, bro. You know, like love and hate, man. It's a thin line, bro, between love and hate, man. You know, and that hate you got, G. It's just love in disguise, man. I know you see. I see you on Instagram. I see the shit that you liking. I see you like the pics with Scatterboo, and you like the pics with Jackson. you like the Travis Kelce interview where they were talking about them boys. Yeah, I'm watching. I see it, bro.
I know you're federales now.
Really love. I'm just Instagram be snitching on you, bro. I know subconsciously, bro. I know you still love the Giants, bro. And you could let go of the hate, bro. It's okay.
How could you not love the Giants, G? Like Scatterboo and Dart. I know you loving it, man. I know
everybody
deep down
the Giants right now, bro. Like, you know how you don't
33 in the fourth quarter, never done in history. That's why I don't like the Giants.
All right, let's start right there too, man. Let's start with that Broncos Giants wild fourth quarter comeback. Because for about 3 quarters, I'm sure G was ready to put that Giants jersey back on, ready to hit send on that Amazon button to get that Jackson Dart jersey here next day. But alas, the Giants ended up folding in the fourth quarter, giving up 33 straight points, which I think is the largest comeback in the history of the NFL. So let's start there, man. Scruff, I'm gonna start with you though. What were your thoughts on that game? I know you and I have both been high on Jackson Dart. He looked pretty good for 3 quarters, but then that collapse is pretty bad. He had a couple delayed games. He didn't look too hot in the fourth quarter. But what was your overall assessment of that game?
You know, something Bryce told me one time we was on the golf course, bro. He was like, you know, it's 2 halves to every game, bro. You know what I mean? So, like, the way the shit was going in the first half, the Giants had the energy. They stole the air out of the room. It was in Denver, right? But the one thing about playing on the road, man, there's a lot of great lessons here. Right? This is really character building moments, like good stuff here for as far as the development goes. But like, you know, you're on the road, and then the walls start closing in. You know what I'm saying? Then you get one, and then 2, and then all of a sudden the crowd's back in it. You know what I'm saying? And now the pressure's back on you. It's like when you're playing NCAA football, the controllers start shaking and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is real shit. So, you know, the Broncos are a good team, bro. Like, I'll tell you, I'm the first to tell you, you know, because we took an L to the Broncos, bro. And they know how to manage the game well. And they, you know, Sean Payton's been doing this a long time, bro. So, you know, I don't really blame I don't blame the players in this case. I do feel like when there's a collapse like this, I always look back at the coaching staff. So that's kind of my opinion about it. But great character building moments here for Jackson Darts, Cam Scatterboo, and the rest of the boys.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you on the coaching, and we can touch on that too. But I think they played a little bit too conservative there at the end. No way you should be going a 19-point lead. No way you should be giving up 33 points in the fourth quarter. That's how you lose fans like G. So G, man, what were your overall thoughts on that game?
I went into the game. I was never impressed by this kid, but I told myself if he was able to throw over 220 yards passing, I was going to be impressed, and he did that. He did impress me. This is my personal opinion. His breakout game, not the other ones. That the defense carried him, and Scatterboo carried him. This was all his to win, and the fact that you just alluded to what Bryce said, right? There's two halves. Clearly, there's only one inning that matters, one quarter that matters, and this is the fourth quarter. And this is you blame the coaching staff. The Giants are never going to be shit. Never going to do shit. The defensive coordinators going to the season, everybody just hyped up the Giants' defensive line. Everybody said, "Yo, those guys are going to be fantastic. They're going to hold it down. They're going to carry the team for the rest for the season." And I guess they forgot that there was still one quarter left. And I don't even blame so much the defense. I blame the coach because that Burns call when he was all sides. Why not use a timeout there? Like you're literally watching that offense just run down the yard. Like you see your guy, he's hurt. You knew he was hurt. Call the timeout. You had the timeout. This is just bad coaching, bad defensive coaching overall. Even that interception, you got to let him have that interception. He's a rookie. He's going to be his growing pains. But I blame this whole loss on the coaching staff, like not the players. Like they knew what they were watching in that fourth quarter. They had the timeouts. Their defense is hurt. Like one of the number one guys right now in sack, I believe, is Burns, and he's limping to get to the line. Like you're seeing that, and you're seeing they're rushing. Like call the timeout. They literally are burning your corners. Like this is just bad coaching from the head coach to the defensive coordinator to them like having a kicker from Rutgers kick the field goal. This has been the Giants' Achilles heel for the last 3 years. It's been a kicker. Like, and you get one from Rutgers. I knew when I heard, this guy is from Rutgers. I'm like, oh, man, they're going to lose this shit.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. I was like, yo, these guys are going to lose. When the announcer said, yeah, man, they picked this kid up from Rutgers.
Who's the kicker?
Huh?
Who's the kicker?
I don't know, but he just got fired. So my man is not kicking no more than NFL. Wow. Because they had picked up the kicker from Atlanta, Ho, whatever the fuck his name is, and then you don't even start him. You start the kid from Rutgers. Never started in an NFL game before, let alone had any. Like this is literally like I want to blame the GM too. Like you literally had you haven't been able to draft a kicker. Gano hasn't been able to be healthy. Like this is just bad from the coaching staff to the GM. Like, yo, dude, these guys are horrible.
That's the one thing about New York, man. Like, it's really tough out there because it's like, man, you got to have someone to be like, so they took the L. Somebody had to go down. Somebody lost his job. This man lost his job, bro. Like, what? This is crazy, bro.
The kid from Rutgers. Let it be known if anybody's from Rutgers playing an important position and is going to cost you a game, just know that you lost it. When you find out your kickers from Rutgers.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was definitely a tough L for the Giants, man. I don't want to put it all on the kid from Rutgers. It was a tough day all around, or at least a tough quarter. And I think this might be one of the nails in the coffin for Daboll. I think it's going to be hard for him to survive a loss like this. The loss to the Saints, especially when the problem definitely isn't your young QB. So we'll see how long Daboll can last. But sticking with this game, though, I want to get y'all's thoughts on the Broncos, man, because as much as can be said about the Giants collapsing and blowing this game, a lot needs to be said about the Broncos, staying in it, and 33 points in the fourth quarter. That's an NFL record. So what are y'all thoughts on Sean Payton and the Broncos in this?
I'm impressed. I'm like, Sean Payton knew he was on a deadline to win a championship or like make these guys a contender. And he said, "Yo, I'm not gonna wait to rebuild. I'm gonna just coach these guys up. There's a team here, and we can make something happen." Got his quarterback, didn't waste no time with him. He had the offensive power. He has all the weapons that he needs. He's just coaching these guys up. And the defense, the fact that they're like they stuck it through. Like these guys were like they just needed a shot and they got the opportunity. And like you got to be impressed. You got to
Yeah, that defense is definitely one of the best in the league, no question. And the offense under Sean Payton is looking better and better each week, especially that QB and Bo Nix, who a lot said was probably the one of the worst QBs out of that 2024 class, or one of the ones on the bottom. But he's looking like one of the top ones right now. Scruff, what's your assessment of Bo Nix?
I don't think there's a trend in the way that quarterbacks is coming into the league, man. And based on just the way that the offenses have been in the NFL and all the constant shuffling of quarterbacks and coordinators and all that shit, man. These quarterbacks that have gotten a lot of reps in college, they tend to fare off a lot better in the NFL, a la Brock Purdy and guys like that have played 3-4 years in college. You know what I mean? And he's a product of that shit. Bo Nix played like 7 years in college for real. It felt like. But nah, Bo Nix is a good quarterback. I don't want to like hype them up too crazy, bro. Like, Bo Nix is good, Like they're good. Like they're good. Like they're not like great. They're good, great-ish. They're on the borderline. Like to me, they're a good team though. Like they could beat anybody, bro. Like to be honest, bro. But like I don't know if I see them going all the way. But like I think they are a legitimate contender. So I'll give them that. Mostly because of the defense though. They got two elite players, really elite players. Bonito and Surtain are like probably the best at their position group.
Yeah, Bonito is I would say he's almost under the radar because, like you said, you can make the argument that he's the best pass rusher in the game right now. I think a lot of people will probably say Michael Parsons still, and that's fair. But you got to throw Bonito's name in that combo. Hutchinson's probably in there. There's some guys out there, but I think Bonito definitely, his name doesn't get mentioned enough when people are talking about the best pass rushers, and it should. But sticking with the Bo Nix part, though, man, and I get it. I don't want to overhype Bo Nix either. I don't think he's one of the best QBs in the league per se yet. But if we just look at that 2024 QB class, which was a pretty stacked one, you got Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Drake May, who's balling right now, JJ McCarthy, and Michael Penix as well. Like I was saying, I think a lot of people have Bo Nix ranked at the bottom of that class. But where would you put him right now, looking at those 6 guys?
only this season. All overall.
Yeah, but you can put both seasons. They all got about a year and a half under their belt. With the exception of JJ.
Caleb Williams. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Okay, bet. Let's talk.
If we're putting both seasons, then I'm gonna say second.
Don't forget Spencer Rattler.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we can throw Rattler in there too, to be honest.
But if we're saying that, I'm gonna say second, just because Jaden Daniel is number 1 for the Rookie of the Year, and he did take the team to the championship game before the Super Bowl. And Bo Nix has been the most consistent right now. Out of all the sophomore guys, he has 1,500 passing yards, over 1,500 passing yards. The only one above him is Drake May with 1,700.
And the reason I pose this question, because G, you just made the point. Like, so Jaden obviously had the great Rookie of the Year last year, right? But if I'm being completely objective here, in my opinion, Jaden's been the worst out of the with the exception of JJ, because McCarthy just ain't played enough. But Jaden's had the more rough going here in year 2, I would say, than any of the other 6 from
but
that
that's
class.
what I asked. Are we just putting 1 season or 2 seasons overall?
So if you look at last season and what we've seen so far from this season, I might put Bo Nix slightly ahead of Jaden right now.
I just can't, because the Rookie of the Year, how far you guys went. No one thought you guys were going to make it to the NFC Championship game. No one. You guys made it that far. And like
that's fair.
You gotta give him some kind of credit for that. Yeah, the best ability is availability, and he's been hurt, but so you gotta knock him down a little bit. But even then, like Bo Nix didn't go to no AFC Championship game just yet. Like he's having a good year statistic as passing, but Drake May hasn't played a whole year neither. the year before he got hurt. This year, he finally got a head coach that's doing something with him. And not even just his head coach, his offensive coordinator is one of the best offensive coordinators in the league, in my personal opinion. He should never became a head coach anyways. When he went to Denver, it didn't work out. When he went to the Raiders, it didn't work out. He was always good as an offensive-minded coach. And he got one of those, okay, who are you giving credit to? I'll give credit more to the offensive coordinator because he's been proven.
I'm gonna get back to you on this. Because that was a good point. But Scrap, I want to hear from you as well, because I know you were a big Michael Penix guy coming out the draft. So how would you compare Bo and Penix? You were 2G.
It's tough to rank them. It really is tough, bro. That is a really good combo because it's like really Bo Nix. Penix is like, it's hard to rank Penix. I need to see more. I need to see. It's incomplete. That's a grade here for Penix. I need to see more, but he's had some moments, bro, for real. Jaden Daniels seems to be the number one pick out of this class in terms of the best of the class. However, you know, Bo Nix got a real conversation there because, like, you know, I'd say, it's a tale as old as time, man. The tortoise and the hare, man. You know, the hare got off real fast to start the race. You know what I'm saying? But then he got injured and shit. You know what I mean? And shit got fucked up. But the tortoise just kept on motherfucking trucking along. And that's the Broncos, bro. They just consistently, you know, that's a consistent. You know what you're gonna get with them week in and week out, bro. So yeah. But if we're being completely honest, Drake May needs to be in this conversation as well, and he hasn't done enough to really. He's okay. So I'll say this is 1A, 1B to me in that class. And, you know, I just 1A, 1B to me. I can't really tell you who's who, but he's just as qualified as Jaden Daniels, in my opinion. And it's just the fact that Jaden had the actual playoff, you know, run, and he hasn't had that yet, but it seems like it's coming.
No, I actually agree with that. I think Drake May is right there with Jaden talent-wise, or can be, as far as productivity and all that. But I think Jaden just had the better situation out the gate. The Patriots were a mess last year. They're really just now. This is almost like a mulligan on his first year. So I would agree with you there, Scruff. I think Drake May is definitely ascending. The Patriots are 5-2. They first in the East right now, I believe. So you definitely can't sleep on them. In the same way you can't sleep on Bo in the West, 5-2 out there leading his division. Gee, I want to come back to you though, because I know you been on record saying Caleb Williams was a bust after that first season, which I think was a little premature. The Bears are looking good right now as well at 4-2. Would you say Bo Nix is there's a big gap between him and Bo, or would you say Caleb is closing that?
When you look at both of them play, man, who looks more competent running the offense? Like when you look at Caleb Williams, it's like he's doing a little too much. That game that the Bears just won, he didn't win that. The fucking running back won that game. Like it's like you just needed him to be a game manager. He's like, you just don't throw an interception. Just fucking keep us where we need to be. Just get us as close as possible to the red zone, and then we're gonna just run the game, run the ball from there on. Like Swift had a game. Swift had a bunch of yards that he was breaking like for 19 yards plus rushing. Like that was just a straight up run game. Like I'm not impressed by Caleb, but he does not look comfortable in the pocket. He's trying to get out of the pocket. It's like he does like mental errors way too much for me to be like, this dude is like, oh, he's not the Patrick Mahomes you guys wanted. Like I got him in 4th place.
All right. Well, we definitely got to come back to this 2024 draft class because I think it's one of the best ones in quite some time. I think all these teams got their QB of the future for at least the near future, if not the long-term future. But as far as who's above who and how the rankings are looking, we're definitely going to touch back on this. Like I said, I obviously I'm a Jaden Daniels guy, but right now in this moment, week 7, 2025, I'll probably put Bo Nix slightly ahead as the best of that class right now. But keeping it pushing, man, from the young QBs to the old QBs, they had the battle of the Unks, is what they were calling it last Thursday night with the Steelers and the Browns, man. I don't know if you guys got a chance to catch Aaron Rodgers versus Joe Flacco, but it was one of the better Thursday night games of the year so far. those two old guys, man, showing that it's really between the ears when it comes to QB, right? If you can process and your arm still works, you can still make it happen. The Browns ended up winning that game by, I believe, 2 points. So let's start there. What were y'all's thoughts on that overall game? And what did Flacco or Rodgers do for the 40-year-old quarterback, man? Do you think we'll see some more 40-year-old quarterbacks?
Hell yeah.
Jump on.
Hell yeah, we're gonna see a lot more of them because you see how the quarterbacks the market is in these days, bro. We got guys like Justin Fields out here. You know what I'm saying? So like, you feel me? Yeah, there's gonna be a need for quarterbacks, bro. And if you can still sling it at that age, you feel me? Like, Cats is gonna be around. Like, I was watching an interview the other day, and Dak Prescott was like, "Yeah, I can see myself playing the 40." First of all, nobody asked you, but secondly, the fact that he's even considering it is pretty interesting because to me, he's about as mid-level as it gets, bro. So mid-level guys like Dak Prescott is going to play further to their 40s or competent. That's the truth. Truth be told, bro. Like, and you hang around long enough, you might end up looking like Matt Stafford, which is like a guy who was pretty good for many years and then finally got on the right team and made a run, bro. Like, maybe Dak finally gets it when he's 45, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I don't fucking know. But yeah, I do think there's gonna be more old quarterbacks, bro. Joe Flacco looked good, man. He looked damn good, and he looked much better on the Bengals than he ever looked on the Browns, and that's more so a shot to the Browns. But the Bengals, bro, boy, you got Jamar Chase, bro. He was unguardable, bro. Unguardable. Jalen Ramsey, bro. Like, if I'm Steve Pittsburgh, I'm like, yo, I'm calling Miami back and say, yo, can I get Minkah Fitzpatrick back, bro? Because this dude is useless. He was just getting cooked out there, bro. What made you think that you could do that man coverage against Jamar Chase like that? But yeah, Jamar Chase with any quarterback named Joe is fucking on and popping, bro. Like, for real.
Any quarterback named Joe.
It was a great game, bro. And I was impressed with Rodgers, too. So even though the Steelers lost, I'm very impressed with the Steelers, and I think maybe that they could actually be legit. And I feel like there's no other. I see no other outcome but the Steelers winning the AFC North. There's only one. That's the only.
So you're booking it. The Steelers, even though they just lost to the Bengals, who are only about a half game behind now, you still got the Steelers winning this thing.
Yeah, because like that was a toss-up game, bro. You put Aaron Rodgers in games like that and he performs like that, they're not gonna lose a lot of games like that, bro. He doesn't.
Yeah, you almost won it on that Hail Mary. That Hail Mary, I
good, bro. He looked like Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay.
That shit was looking spooky. I know I text you guys about it. I was like DK, and like it was just by like an inch, like literally like an inch or centimeter. Like DK could have gotten that. So what's your original question, Ron?
So the original question really, and Scruff kind of just answered it in his opinion, but did Flacco shift the power in the AFC North with this win? And do you think you'll see more, or we'll see more 40-plus-year-old QBs?
I'm gonna answer the question with a yes, because if you have guys like Joe Burrow getting hurt still, like especially like injury-prone players like that, like these guys with strong arms and just that know how to read an NFL defense, they have a shot of making it, Guys like that know, like, yo, I got a number one weapon out there. Just got to give him the ball. And that's what Joe Flacco did. He's just like, yo, I got Jamar Chase. Like, 1-on-1, 2-on-1, no one's beating this guy. I just got to throw him the ball. Just got to throw him, like, in a perfect angle. Like, and this guy has been in the NFL. It's like what we alluded to earlier when it came to rookies. He's been playing so much NFL games. He knows how to read any kind of scheme. He played against the Steelers so many times. He probably knows that the same defensive calls. They always say it on the broadcast. It's like the same defensive calls that when these guys come and visit us, like all our old defensive players, they already know what they're calling. It's the same scheme. It's like nothing like the schemes that they haven't seen. He hasn't seen before when playing with the Ravens or playing with the Browns. Now he's with the Bengals, and now he has a Jamar Chase. Like it's like, yo, it's like, yo, if you're in fantasy right now and you traded Jamar Chase because it got real desperate out there, you're kicking yourself in the ass because you probably sold him at a low value, not thinking that Joe Flacco was going to be this good with him in 2 games.
So that Why even get rid of a guy like that?
But that's what I'm saying. Like people were desperate because I was hearing talks, like not to get us into fantasy talk, but it was like, yo, guys were like that drafted Jamar Chase. A bunch of people that didn't draft properly were like 1-4, 1-6 going into the week, or like 1-5. I mean, and then 0-5 because Jamar Chase hasn't been going off. Like my thing, yo, as long as you got quarterbacks that know how to read defenses and have a strong arm still, that knows their main objective is just to get it to their number one target, there's going to be guys in their 40s still playing.
And to put the whole Jamar Chase thing into perspective, we all would say Aaron Rodgers had a fairly good game that game. He had 23 completions. Jamar Chase had 23 targets. like that's unheard of. That's easily the most targets for any receiver this year. So Joe Flacco definitely knew who his number one receiver was, and he knew what the assignment was in that game.
I got one more thing to add here, though. The real thing, you really nailed it with this topic, though, because the power is shifted, bro. Flacco is shifting the power because despite what I said about the Steelers, I agree with the Steelers. I'm standing by my Steelers pick. But what this also means is the Ravens are done, in my opinion. The Ravens are cooked because they still have to play the Bengals twice. And they're not going to beat them twice. No. Flacco is going to fucking carve them apart, bro. As a matter of fact, Flacco is here on Thanksgiving, bro. And he's going to carve them boys like a Thanksgiving turkey, bro. And life is going to come full circle for the Ravens.
Man, that's crazy. We're going to get a Lamar Jackson, Joe Flacco game. Like I never thought I'd see that coming.
Bro, that defense, look, he gonna carve them boys up, bro. And they probably going to be done. That'll probably be the day that they're eliminated from playoff contention because they done. They're not beating the Bengals twice.
Jeez. Yeah, I mean, for the Ravens, they would already have to go on an insane run. And I think I got to agree with you. Even if they pull one off against the Bengals, I don't know that they do that twice. That's a tall task right now.
Nope, they're not. They're done. They're eliminated from playoff contention.
I don't know. I'm going to tell you the games they have left. They have the Bears, Dolphins, Vikings is the only one that I'm scared of, the Browns, and the Jets. So if they go on a 5-game winning streak, and then
they got to literally win the rest of their games, bro. They already have 5 losses, bro. This is the AFC. Five. That means basically they can lose. That means they could lose probably one more game and make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I'll say this: they got the quarterback to do it. If Lamar's back healthy, they got the quarterback to do it.
Nah, but the rumors are they're saying Lamar might not come to play after this bye. Like he needs one more week.
Nah, he's playing this week.
Are you sure? Because I heard there's reports that he's not playing this week.
My reports are saying the opposite.
Yeah, I heard he's playing this week. I mean, obviously we'll need to see some practice reports, but the time will tell. If Lamar's not playing this week, the season's done.
Yeah,
for sure.
Super done.
But yeah, let's keep it pushing into this week 8. Some of these week 8 matchups. We'll stay in the AFC North. We were just talking about the Steelers. Scruff, you got them winning it all or winning their division. But another team you had winning the division was the Green Bay Packers as well, I believe, and that's their matchup this weekend. It's in Pittsburgh on Sunday Night Football. So who do you like?
I love it. I love the matchup. Aaron Rodgers revenge tour. Get your tickets. I'm loving this matchup, bro. So Aaron Rodgers is a guy that clearly gets off on this type of shit, bro. He went off on the Jets, bro, and he's into this shit, bro. So he's gonna go back to Green Bay and he's gonna fucking hang their fucking nuts on their Christmas tree, bro. It is over.
Jesus.
Aaron Rodgers about to cook them up, bro. But the thing about it is, it's going to be interesting, bro, because I still do believe the Packers have a very good defense. I might even say great, maybe, but very good defense. But yeah,
you said the Packers or the Steelers?
Packers. Steelers do not have a great defense. Their defense is okay though, serviceable defense. Packers defense is pretty good. I don't know if I do think Aaron Rodgers is going to cook them up though. So count on that. I got the Packers, and I got the matter of fact, And Packers randomly in first place in the NFC, like with 4-1-1. Like,
Yeah, it's a little high.
yeah, give me the Steelers here.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning Steelers here as well. The Packers are actually favored by 3.5, even though the Steelers are at home, which is interesting. But I still like the Steelers to pull this one out. G, what do you think about this one?
I'm gonna say the Packers defense is just as mediocre as the Steelers defense. They gave the Cardinals 23 points. Like the Cardinals was looking like they were gonna go out there and win that game last week. Like I'm not impressed by the Green Bay Packers. I think they're a bunch of pretenders. I don't believe in the receiving core. The receiving core is super mid now. Like these guys are like they're not a scary team. Give me the Packers to win, and I think the Packers will win by 7.
I don't know if I would call them pretenders, but I see what you're getting at, though, man. I think the Packers might be a little bit overrated. I think they might get a little exposed against the Steelers as well. Let's keep it pushing to another big game this week, though, and we'll stay in the NFC North from the Packers to the Vikings. Let's talk about this Thursday night matchup. We got the Minnesota Vikings going to the Chargers. Vikings are definitely starting Carson Wentz. They announced it already. JJ McCarthy's still out with the high ankle sprain. Wentz has been fairly serviceable. I think the Vikings might want a little bit more out of him. So what do you, Scruff, actually, I want to know your thoughts on what Carson Wentz has done so far for the Vikings and if they can make the playoffs with him.
Wentz really like real. He like had he's having a real Wentz like run because it's like, you know, like he has his moments where he does like really great shit, and then he has moments where he's like doing like fuck shit, like back to back to back to back. It's like, yo, bro. But like, nah, I mean, he's been serviceable. Like as far as like a backup quarterback goes, like really good. Like he hasn't played well enough for me. Like my original prediction was that he was going to play so well. He's going to be the God's plan story where he finally redeems himself and plays for his hometown team or whatever favorite team that he, you know, but not quite. But he's done an admirable job holding it together. They do have a chance to win this game though. I will say that because mostly the Chargers offensive line is terrible, bro. Justin Herbert he's the defensive linemen are on him as soon as he snaps, bro. He has no time to get loose and get the ball out to the guys. Like they got hella receivers, bro. So, but the Chargers are home. So I do think the Chargers are get a dub here. I hope they don't steer me wrong, but like, yeah, I got to lean with the Chargers here for this one. But I mean, I thought the Vikings have played well. To be honest, and the receivers are playing well too. Jordan Addison's playing great. Justin Jefferson's playing great. Like I think Wentz has been very serviceable.
Yeah, this one's a toss-up for me. I agree with you as far as Wentz being serviceable, but you nailed it with the Chargers O-line being as bad as they are. They lost their 2 tackles. Marlon Hampton went down, so their running game has struggled a little bit now. And Wentz kind of got to do it all on his own. And it's tough because Brian Flores is looking at that offensive line, and I'm sure he's scheming up all kinds of ways to destroy Justin Herbert this week.
Yeah, I've changed I changed my pick. I'm going with the Vikings on the road, bro. I'm going on the road, bro. Because the Chargers where they even have like an advantage.
Yeah, the Chargers are pretty beat up, man. G, I know you were never a big believer in Justin Herbert. I don't think you have many good things to say about the Chargers going into the season. They're crumbling now after a 3-0 start. But who do you like on Thursday night? Keep in mind the Chargers are favored by 3.5.
I mean, as long as they don't wear that nasty ass yellow jersey they wore yesterday, that mustard shit. That shit was god fucking awful. Have they ever won with them nasty ass jerseys? That's the Rush jerseys, right? I don't know what the fuck they thought with that. That shit was fucking god awful. I hated those jerseys. And like, you could have put a different kind of scheme with the yellow. I mean, the yellow everything. The fuck is this?
They look like bananas.
But that's what I digress. But give me the Chargers, man. I know it sounds blasphemous right now. I didn't shit it on Justin Herbert, but like he needs to do something. Like I get it. I mean, your offensive line is pretty hurt. You don't have running backs that can really help you block the pass rush. Like it's very spooky out there. But it's like Quentin Johnson was looking good in the first 3 games of the season. I was like, oh shit, like he was his deep threat, but it's like what you guys alluded to, like he's not getting enough seconds to look down the field and throw it.
7 seconds for him to get down the field and do it.
But that's what I'm alluding to. Is like you don't have that no more. So it's like either they need to figure something out with rotating their offensive line around to see what they could do. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm a gambler. In the last 3 weeks, on Thursday nights, if I'm not mistaken, the underdog have covered and won. But I think the trend might change. Give me the Chargers to win, but I'll think it'll be in a tight game with the Vikings that the Vikings will cover, but the Chargers will win.
All right, I can see that. I can definitely see that. I think this will be another close one for sure. Another close Thursday night game.
Never bet against the streak, bro. Because like you're actually right, bro. That so far every game is. I think everyone has been like that, bro.
I believe the under is
every single game since week. Wait, hold up.
I think it's 6-1.
Bro, they have covered. They've covered and won quite frequently.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I think the underdog is going. Wow, that's funny. I think the underdog are going to cover, but I think
was covered. Yeah, everyone covered except the Commanders, and a lot of these teams won. So yeah, I like the Vikings, bro. You said you laid out the perfect case, and then you went the other way. But
I told you how it's going to go down. I told you that the underdog is going to cover, but the winner is going to be ultimately the Chargers.
I could see that possibly happening too when Wentz throws the game away or some shit like that.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, it's not like the Chargers defense is that bad. Like they try to come back close against the Indianapolis Colts, but by then it was a little too late.
Nah, I like Vikings. I think they got some momentum here. Receivers coming, Jordan Addison coming up the best game of the season, bro.
Yeah, I think this will be another great Thursday night game. Thursday night's definitely provided some bangers this year. I think this will be another one. The last game I wanted to get y'all's opinion on before we jump to the NBA real quick is the Cowboys-Broncos. We talked a lot about the Broncos in this episode. Bo Nix, Broncos looking good. They're home again. They haven't lost at home yet this season. Mile high home field advantage. They're favored by 3.5 against Dallas. And the over/under is 51.5. So, G, I'm gonna start with you on this one since you're the gambling man. Who do you like in this game, and are you taking the over or under?
Oof. Give me Dallas to win. And I know last week I gave you guys some gem. I called out the 2 tight ends that were going to score in that Dallas and Commies game, and they both scored. I called it here first, but give me CeeDee Lamb to score this week for Dallas, and give me Evan Ingram to score for the Broncos this week. I think those 2 boys are going to score tub this week. Those are my tubs of the week. And I like Dallas a lot. Dak, I know earlier Nick alluded to Dak being mediocre, but he's been balling. Dak has literally been balling. The record, his wins might not look like it because his defense is fucking lackluster, but the Cowboys ain't losing because of Dak now. They're literally been winning because of Dak. And Dak, literally gave a shellac into the Commanders. I thought that game was going to be an all offensive game on both sides, but I didn't think Dak was going to ball out the way he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to admit it, but I think the only thing holding Dak back from MVP talk right now is the Cowboys' record. 16 touchdowns, only 3 interceptions. I think he's second in the league in passing yards right now. I tend to agree with Scruff. When I watch Dak, I feel like I'm watching a mediocre quarterback. But he's got CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, man. I mean, like he's stuffing these stats right now, and he definitely just cooked my squad. So he's not going to catch any hate from me on tonight's show. But I don't know if I'm picking Dallas to win that game, man. Going up to Denver is a hard place to play. Denver's got 2 really solid corners, especially PS2, man. One of like Scruff said earlier, probably the best corner in the league right now. So I think Pickens will have a much tougher go at it this week. We'll see what they do with Lamb. They like to move Lamb in the slot, so we'll see what they do with him. But I'm definitely taking the Broncos to win, and I think I'll take the over in this one as well. Scruff,
Over
what are your thoughts?
51 and a half?
Yeah, the 51.5. I'm
So
taking.
then you know Surtain's gonna get cooked.
Nah, I think
But
Lamb.
there's
I
no
think
way in hell he
because I
doesn't get
don't.
cooked if it's 51 and a half. That's a lot. That's a lot of
It's
points.
51.5 because you already know that Dallas is giving them 30 plus.
Yeah, that was really the other thing. I think Denver will get to 24, no problem. They just got 33 in the quarter.
Yeah, but that's because Giants defense, Giants coaching just can't get it together. If you're saying that, then I'm saying Dallas is gonna win this. I think this game
Dallas
is
gave up 22 points to the Jets. Shit.
But that was like garbage time.
They get like 30, yo, they get 30 hung on them on a regular. Like
I can see a scenario where Dallas wins this game, but to me that would mean that Bo Nix didn't get it done, and he's not as like I said earlier. I'm putting Bo Nix slightly ahead of Jaden in my 2024 QB rankings. So a loss to Dallas would definitely put him back for me.
The campaign is done, bro. I'm telling you, actually, I'm seeing the future. I'll tell you right now. Bo Nix is actually going to take that number one position for that class because he's gonna beat Dallas because the Broncos are at home and Broncos. You guys are. It's an optical illusion what you guys are seeing with Dak. So I'm serious. I'm serious. This is what's really happening right here, bro. When you don't have a defense, bro, your other team is putting up a lot of points, and you're back on the field a lot. Like we're back on offense again. Like, okay, great. So just like you're playing from behind, you're throwing the ball a lot, you're playing from behind, and that's like a stat padding thing. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like very much he's got the perfect conditions to just be putting up crazy numbers because he's playing from behind, and the defense is on the field for like 2 seconds because they're getting cooked. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they're done, in and out, boom. You know what I mean? Okay, boom. So they're on offense a lot, bro. So I don't think he's really that good, bro. I'll say he's serviceable for sure, though. Anyway, the Broncos gonna get this dub, and then the Broncos they play they beat the Eagles, right? They beat the Giants. They're gonna beat the Cowboys, and then they're gonna beat y'all, and then he's gonna be officially the undisputed best quarterback in that class.
So you got to beat the NFC East.
You got to beat them all. Yeah, run through the whole division. Why don't you? Like, okay, you gonna get my respect.
Nah, I like I said earlier, I got Bo Nix slightly ahead of Jaden right now, and that's more so based off Jaden's poor play. But I think Bo, like you said, Scruff, Bo's definitely on the right direction. If he keeps going, I think it's undisputed. I think it'll be unanimous as well. But yeah, any other thoughts on the NFL before we keep it pushing?
Nope.
Right. Let's jump into it, man. NBA kicked off today, man. So let's get into it, man. We had the Thunder game earlier. The Thunder won a thriller that went into double overtime, and it looked like my guy KD was trying to call timeout. I don't know what happened there, but it was a great finish. So let's start right there, man. I want to get y'all's thoughts on tonight's season opener and all that. So, Scruff, I'll start with you on that.
Man, it's looking good. Great start to the season, bro. Like I feel like the NBA got some good momentum going for them this year, bro. Playoffs was crazy last year, and we're rolling right into the season this year. So, I mean, I love the first matchup, double overtime. Like you don't really get no better than that, bro. You got a premier matchup. You got KD. How does that feel? You know, seeing a franchise that you basically built, you know what I'm saying, and left, and then never won a chip there, and then they hanging up. You basically seeing like it was a good matchup nonetheless.
Yeah.
KD was all right. You know, I think they still trying to figure out their chemistry with that team. They do have a major issue at point guard, though. It was very clear that they do not have a point guard that can handle the ball properly. And that's going to be a problem, in my opinion. But I think it's a fixable problem if they play the game right. They're really hurting with Van Vliet. If they would have Van Vliet, man, they could really be like if they get someone that can replace Van Vliet in some capacity, they could really make a championship run. With that said, the Thunder, hell of a team, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they a great team. You can't let great teams back into games like that. And that's what great teams do. They're just gonna fucking cook you, bro. Great defense, bro. Like the dudes was out here getting steals left and right. I was like a shout out. Cason Wallace had like 4 steals. Yeah, Thunder looked really good. And continuity does mean a lot in the NBA. So the Thunder are the team to beat. They are the champs. And until somebody could beat them, like, I'm gonna pretty much assume that they're going back to the chip.
Yeah, man. So you want to talk about picking up where you left off? SGA and them boys. SGA had about 11 points through 3 quarters, and he ended the game with 35, bro. You want to talk about cooking when it's time to cook? When the lights are on and you showing up the biggest moment. SGA definitely did that today. Chet had another great game. I was thoroughly impressed with the Thunder. The whole time I was waiting for the Rockets to put someone away or to put them away. It looked like they just couldn't finish that game. G, what were your thoughts on this one?
Oh man, what a way! I'm not a fan of the NBA starting in October. I kind of hate it because of the NFL, but it changed my opinion. The NBA finally gave us good games to start the season. Good season openers. Like, oh man, watching this game to see it go double overtime. That's when you know the NBA is gonna be super competitive. Like these guys were like they look like they're already in playoff form already. Like both teams, like they didn't look exhausted. They were like, I get it, at the beginning of the season, you're not gonna look too exhausted, but these guys are like prime. This could be literally a Western Conference Finals, one of these playoff series, whether it's the Western Conference Finals or the second or first round. But back to what Nick alluded to, their point guard was like, yo, they at one point they didn't know who was gonna take the ball up to the half line, half the fucking court. The announcers kept on saying nobody wants to take the ball up the court. What the fuck is going on? Like, and you're watching it, and like this is during the overtime. It's like, oh my god, that is literally gonna be the Rockets' Achilles heel. But the Thunder's like, what is their Achilles? Like, what is the Thunder's Achilles?
You know who would have been really good on this team? Chris Paul.
Yeah.
Like Chris Paul signed with the Clippers and shit. I'm sure he just wants to live in LA. I guess he's just chilling right now. But like, I don't know, bro. Like Chris Paul want to win a chip, bro. Maybe he should come. Like they should, like Houston call him up, bro. Because like Chris Paul, like you don't need to do nothing. Then just get the ball up the court, bro. Like that's it.
Yeah, get the
shit. Like anybody would be serviceable, bro. Like Dennis Schroeder would be a good addition. You know what I mean? Like fucking like anybody. Like they just need a
wait for the trade deadline. They always, for some reason, whoever has Dennis Schroeder, they like fucking drop him for some reason. My man gets a way to get out the locker room.
He'll probably be available by the deadline, so we'll see. TJ McConnell would be a nice ad, bro. Like anybody, bro. Like any real point guard. They do need one.
How about Holiday? You still with Portland?
Holiday is the answer, baby. Yeah, he's still with Portland. Yeah. Holiday.
He's not trying to leave?
I mean, he doesn't really fit in there. I mean, right now he's still there. He's under contract, so
yeah, I think
actually, that's a name. That's a name to watch.
That's the one. If you're the Rockets, you're looking at, because you're not looking for offensive prowess. You're like, yo, I just need you to play some defense. If you could get
defense and ball handling, and Drew Holiday would provide that.
And Şengün.
And shooting.
And Şengün. I want to
applaud a veteran and a winner. Matter of fact, that's a great idea. Call him up, bro. Hit the G, tell the GM, call him up.
Hey man, we're giving out gems here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even watch basketball, but I know just well enough to know when there's a player out there like will and deal, baby. Whatever Jerry Jones said, you gotta will him and deal him.
Nah, yeah, I'm sure the NBA season's long. I'm sure Houston will figure something out at that spot because there's no way you're gonna go another 81 games like that. But any other matchups y'all are looking forward to this week with the opening week?
I want to see how the Knicks look with Mike Brown. Are they gonna keep some of D'Antoni's defensive mindset, or is Mike Brown gonna really make these guys just try to be an offensive team? That's my one thing with the Knicks. And then my second question, I really want. I said it in the last show or 2 shows ago. I can't remember, but I want to see Atlanta. I have a feeling Trae Young is gonna go on an MVP run.
Yeah, you did mention that last show, man. I myself am excited for some Atlanta basketball this year. Scruff, who you got your eye on for this opening week of basketball?
Starting right here with the Spurs and the Mavericks. I'm ready to see that. Cooper Flag, man. Cooper Flag, bro. I want to see Cooper Flag. They saying they might play him at point guard. So, like, yeah, I want to see that. It's must see TV. Plus Wembanyama. Wembanyama been going crazy on the preseason highlights, bro. Plus, I'm excited to see the Spurs. Big. I keep my eye on Dylan Harper. I mean, he's coming off the bench for right now, but future generational player right there.
Zion's what do they call him? Zimpo Zion? Zimpo Zion? Ozempic Zion. There you go. Ozempic Zion. That's another one of those players. Like, is he gonna do something? And my other question would be, because they're playing against John Morant, is John Morant gonna be able to stay healthy all year long? Because I know towards the end of the season, my man tends to break down.
Ooh, Friday night, Lakers and Timberwolves. That's a fucking banger.
Ooh.
That's a matchup right there.
The bad news is to all the ladies out there, bro. Like, y'all lost all 7 days of the week. It's done.
Yeah.
Like, like it was Monday, Thursday, Sunday. You thought you had something going for a little bit, but now it's done. Like Fridays is done, Tuesdays is done, Wednesdays is done. Like, we could grab lunch. That's it.
Yeah, like I said at the start of the show, man. Sports in full effect, man. From NBA to NHL, you got World Series for baseball, football halfway through, man. Like, yeah, it's something every day. College sports, like, that's how we rocking now.
All dates are at the sports bar moving forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, please gamble wisely. It's about to get spooky out there. Christmas is around the corner for some folks. Start saving up for Christmas money. Don't be putting $20 parlays. Do the responsible way. Spend $1 here and there.
don't blow your Christmas money on that parlay.
Yes, please don't do that, ladies and gentlemen. We already know this is about to be games here from here on out. This is responsible gaming. To the ladies and gentlemen that are there known to be gamblers, please go. If you know somebody, please help them. Christmas is around the corner. Thanksgiving is here. You want to make sure you have turkeys. You want to make sure you have something to pair up the stuffings. You know, you got to feed the babies. Can't just have ramen noodles.
Gamble the way to Thanksgiving dinner, man. That's crazy work. All right, man. Anything else y'all want to get off before we get out of here?
I just want to say I am a Dodgers fan. Fuck the Blue Jays. Fuck Toronto. And I see a sweep. Dodgers in 4. And Ohtani is going to win another World Series MVP, or he's going to win the World Series MVP this year. And that's going to be one of the greatest, if not, it's going to start his era of dominating the MLB from here on out. I think the Dodgers are going to win the next 2 championships, not just including this one. I think they're going to be in a dynasty run.
Yeah, I agree. I could definitely see that.
Fuck my Yankees, man. Cashman, you fucking bastard.
I was gonna save this topic for another show, the baseball topic, because we started a little discussion in the group chat about Ohtani, and it led into a bunch of greatest of all time baseball players, man. So we're definitely gonna touch on Ohtani in the World Series next week, man. I was waiting for Bryce to be on for that one, but yeah, we definitely have to dive into.
Well, I mean, if we give the fans a sneak peek, it's ladies and gentlemen, get back on us in the show and we talk about it, but. Name a hitter in the pitcher. Name a lefty.
You know what was crazy about this World Series matchup too, and I know the beef is a little over, but it is LA versus Toronto again. Drake and Kendrick, you look confused as hell. Yeah, I'm just fooling though, man. Hopefully we don't get no more rap beef out of that, man. Rap beef has been crazy this year. I'm good on rap beef after Nicki and Cardi, man. That shit was crazy.
Now it's Nicki and Jay-Z. You see her what she posts? AI Jay-Z? It's freaky time out there.
I literally had to unfollow Nicki Minaj on X, man. Like that's how ridiculous
she's doing these days, honestly.
Yeah, I had to let that one go.
No, shout out to the Queen, you heard? They said what Nas said? Queens running y'all? Queens running to Brooklyn.
She'll be going out sad.
Huh?
She going out sad. She going out real sad.
Yeah. Drugs are bad, kids. All right, man.
I did not say that. did not
Scores
say
for
that.
the